Aha. And here is Lisa Richwine, right on. So we're talking about perspective tonight. We're going to start with before we start on this one, we're going to talk about what happens when parts of, really in all things, there is some part that is foreshortened. There's some part that's coming towards you that's bigger and also has a sort of exaggerated, shorter stumps. So you can see with the arm here, as the arm raises, right, and comes towards you, right, like this. So the arm goes from being at its side. Here, hold on, I'll really show you. As the arm goes from being at its side, right, like this, to coming towards you, you'll see that we can see less of the arm, but also that the hand in the front gets much bigger. In fact, you can see the hand is actually bigger than my head. Here, if I move it here, you can't even see my head, or maybe at least the same size as my head, right? So, so that, of course, is what's happening here when somebody's sitting down or when they're laying down and looking at you. So our first practice in doing this is we're actually going to sketch this. I want us to spend just 5 minutes doing that. So I'll show you how this works. And you guys each have a picture of this. Here, get rid of this. You don't need to see this anymore. So you're going to start. So even though the arm is connected to the body, because this part is in front, we sketch it out first, and then we use it to define the sizes for things. So notice a couple of things as I start to sketch. You can do this with me if you want to. Bring it in a little bit more so you guys can see it too. So notice as I start to sketch this out, that if I go up 1, I come almost, this is 1 box up. And then it's really only another half box, right? So that's one thing. Also notice 1, is this the same? Yeah, it's a square really. Let's see if I've got a square. Oh, I got a box, bring my box out a little bit. Have a square. Notice that to the side, it's like half a box. So the whole body fits in within half a box. If I go over this way, the body comes no bigger than here. And if I go up like this, the head, this is kind of the halfway point of the head. This is where this is this point of the head, right? So that's the first thing I notice as I start to sketch this. Here, sorry. I think because I had so many points of focus, my camera got confused. There we go. So you guys can do this with me if you want to. Notice how big these fingers are. This hand is huge. Notice how many planes there are. These are like the fingers. Yeah, there we go. Hello, lady. Notice these lines aren't all necessarily straight. One or two of them curve a little bit. There's a ring here. There's circles for the knuckles. Oh, come here, you. You can't see this yet. Yeah. There's a cat on my lap. Here, hold on. She just jumped up on my lap. There she is. Little tail. Hi, princess. So there's like actually several planes to the hands. And then let's see. This goes up to here. I was looking at how high this is. Notice that just like if we were drawing a cube, oh, lady. I'm sorry. She's totally walking all over the place. Go, sweetheart. Okay, back to the lesson. All right. So the next thing I did after checking, my box is a little bit, so I checked my box. Really? I've made mine a little bit shorter, but as long as proportionally I stay the same, that should be fine. It looks like the second side is about halfway, so it's about half the box up. So this second side is not flush with this, is a little bit to the left. You know, just like we were drawing a cube. Remember, none of the lines are parallel to each other. All of them are angled slightly differently. Sorry, I'm actually drawing over a computer, so I'm gonna switch it. When we get to the figure, I'm gonna like switch differently. Notice that also the arm kind of narrows. I know that my body doesn't come any farther out than this, right? So my arm on this side kind of comes up. Shoulder comes up a little bit higher than the box, but not too much. The head maybe comes up to here. Maybe it's a little bit wider. Maybe not. Comes up to about here. No, that's right. I feel like my head should be bigger, but it really isn't. Remember, I'm not drawing this the exact same size as this. I'm drawing it proportionally the same. Mine's a little bit smaller, but it's proportionally the same. Not that much. Go ahead and gesundheit. So go ahead and notice how huge things are that are in front. Notice how truncated and short this arm is in the back. Just like this, right? As you raise the arm, see how short it comes and see how big this becomes. I've given this to you guys so you can copy it if you want to as an exercise, a practice exercise. Here. It's just, oops, sorry. It's just fascinating to see how like small everything else is in relation to what's in front. So it's almost like we treat what's in front separately, like it's a separate piece. Like this is one piece of the person, and this part that's behind, and a different plane is in is another piece of the person. And that's why we talk about drawing as kind of breaking things apart and together in weird ways. So if you've got it, go ahead and send me a picture. Let's see. Yep. Yep. Fortunately, that looks pretty good, Diana. No, everything looks in order. Yep. Notice how, let's see. Yep, yep, there. That's good. That's good. Good. Yeah, very good. Keep going, Lisa. R till you finish. What's really happening is the fingers are curving here on the joints. Let's see. Yep, looks good, Tosh. Just checking the proportion. Yep. Did you find yourself going, it's not possible during this drawing? Did you find yourself? There we go. Did you find yourself going, this is not possible? It's not possibly, these things are not possibly this big or small? Or did it make sense to you? Did it seem logical?
Definitely some, especially when you said that the body was half the size of the hand.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Oh yeah, you're right.
Yep. That's because the body is back here. It's back farther away. And the hand is so close, right? Look at what happens when my hand comes close. You can't even see the assignment.
True. Is there like a vanishing point situation with this or no?
Sure. There's that. This one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, great question. Always, there's usually a vanishing point situation. So in this case, if we look at this, we're sketching out this area is kind of, it's in the front, right? I'm drawing the, here, I'll sketch this in better so you can see it. Problem is when I use a marker, then I end up mucking things up so you guys can't see anything else. But I do have a second copy. So there's like this aspect, right? Right? There's like the legs and then there's the body. And actually, interestingly, she's also leaning forwards. There's a double foreshortening happening. So these arms are actually going back and then straight down. But I think these are easier shapes for us to see, right? Although look, her shoulders are coming towards us. So they're also bigger, but they're still farther away than here. So when we start creating this, and also let's look at some measurements. Oh yeah, from the top of her feet to this box, which is basically right over the top of her crotch, is really the top of her head, right? So the bottom of her legs from the knees down is as high as the rest of her body. So as we start to sketch in, we're going to start to sketch in these things. But I'm waiting until everybody gets their sketch in. Paul, you have this way too far out. You have this way too far out. Look at how far this is actually out. Measure.
Yeah.
Yep. See, you just automatically made it. By the way, Tosh, I think the cake is looking great. And I might just try a couple of glazes.
Well, I was hoping you would suggest a glaze.
I was thinking 2 or 3. Like
Oh,
maybe
really?
go over with some burnt sienna or pink, and then go over with some purple and then some orange. See what?
Yeah, I really like the cake. I thought the background didn't work. The purple didn't work.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was just thinking, Diana, she should glaze it like 2 or 3 times, get some color in there.
Yeah.
And then you'll pull out some of your chocolates and then maybe shift the background.
Okay. What do I do with the background? Because I did not follow.
Yellow would look really, or orange would look really amazing.
Okay.
I don't know.
Where is the cake? I don't see the cake.
Oh, it's here. Here, hold on. I'm going to show it to you.
It's been a different thread.
It is.
Yeah.
Here it is. Isn't that great?
Oh, yum.
Yeah, doesn't that look great? And it's
Yes.
more of an action shot, Tosh. That's true. So anyway, we'll get there. But just waiting for you guys to finish.
Oh, that's great. Like I said, it makes me want to eat
R.
it.
Okay, Lisa R. Did you also made this too wide? Look. Look. It's less than half the size. It's about half the size of this square.
Okay.
So even when you know it, you're still going to make things bigger than they should be. Be aware of that.
Okay.
You guys are getting better with the vertical distance, though. I'll give you that. Lisa B, do you have one for me?
Okay, I need to take my dog for a coffee break.
Okay. I'm just waiting for you, Lisa B. And then we will go on. All right, maybe we will just go on. Okay, so I see that you guys get, there we go. Good, Okay, so 1, 2. So believe it or not, Lisa B, you have him a little too skinny. He really is half of a square of the square. 1, 2. Everything else. Oh yeah, honey. So look at this.
I had a hard time with that top part.
Because you didn't measure. So watch, measure. I want you to watch with me and measure. When you measure, everything gets better. I promise. I know measuring is horrible, but you.
No, I did measure. I'm just measuring wrong.
No. You did. You measured. You measured. What you did is you went one up and you put the top of his head there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not. This one up is here. There's
Right.
more head on the top.
One up is his head on the top
Look, just
or
look.
the center of his head?
Look. Yes, look. If I go up one, I go up to, not quite
Right.
the center of his head, but I don't go to the top of his head. If you go
Right.
up one to yours, you have the top of your head here.
No, the top of my head is, the center of his head is the middle of his head.
Let me check again.
Yeah.
Nope, it is not.
Well, then I'm measuring really, really wrong then.
You're measuring wrong.
12.
Go back and measure again, and you will see that the top of his head,
Oh, look at that.
right?
So my finger measuring is all off. I have to measure with a ruler.
Or just use your pen or something, a pencil or something like this. You know,
Well, I'm like half off.
you're half up.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. And the reason I'm making you guys do this is that I want you to understand how distorted things get once you get to like how much bigger things are. And that when we start, you'll notice we started by drawing the thing that's in front. So we're going to draw the section of the body that's in front as well. I also found this sketch to be kind of slightly helpful because we have this situation going on here. If you'll see, when the knee, when somebody's sitting and the knee is coming straight forward to you, look at how rounded this back leg is. Can you see that? And then when the knee is kind of coming a little bit this way, when the leg turns away, you'll see we get a little bit more length here. But like when the knee's coming straight at us, there's this kind of rounded shape. So you'll see this happening right here, right? You'll see this happening a bit from that top. All right, so. We're gonna start by sketching in this triangle, but notice a couple of this this rectangle cube going back in space. But notice that this is the halfway point. So when I sketch this, in fact, maybe we should also measure the head distances since we're here. We are 1, 2, 3, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Basically 5 if you go all the way down to the bottom of the wheelchair, 4.5 for the figure, right? So if we wanted to, we could also make our head size and go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Knowing that 5 is basically here. Here, I can write that down. I'll write that down. 1, be very inexact. I'm finding myself sort of changing it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That tells us that our triangle, our first triangle starts about here. Let's see, between 1, 2, between 2 and 3. 2, 3. So here, kind of closer to the top, is where that triangle, sorry, not that triangle, that rectangle, jeez, that rectangle happens. And it ends just above 5, kind of a little bit, maybe a little bit lower here. Not exactly half. Got that? And that this is, let's see, how many heads? 1, about 1 1/3 heads wide. 1, yeah, that's about right. So it's 1, half, almost 2 heads down, like 1 1/3 heads wide. You can see also, I guess it can be helpful to see the plumb line as well. Better to sketch right down the middle of her face. What's below it? So this is down the middle of her face. So we can see that the plumb line kind of comes through the part of this leg, right? You know, it's so funny. We're doing all this. I always find drawing so funny. You do all this like kind of boxing in before you actually do the thing that you're trying to draw. I think this is why it's not intuitive. Like you would never guess it. There you go. It's absolutely true that this box is top of the head. So untypically, if you want to, we can start with the face, you know, getting the shape of the head in. Not with the hair yet. Well, that hair is fantastic. Right, we can start with the head. We should probably start with the legs. And I'm kind of doing that same idea, right? I'm kind of getting in the crotch here. Notice that the legs kind of come up over the top of the, maybe because I didn't draw my rectangle particularly well. Well, yeah, actually I did. So. Got this happening. And we've got a knee kind of block in here. How big the knees are when they come at us like this. I know you can't see these squares really, but they are. This is the knee. Maybe let's have the knee blocked in. So this goes like this. This. Notice that before the feet meet, there's a nice negative space in between. And there's that happening. And this is happening. Come here. Actually, you know what's really interesting about this woman? She's got very shapely legs. Does anybody notice that? She's got like really, besides the fact that they probably don't work, they look good. They have a nice shape to them. I'm going up like this and down like this. So Tosh, your vanishing point will eventually, these will eventually meet. I have this one. There we go. It's interesting, isn't it? Isn't it challenging your whole idea about where things should be? Is it messing with your head?
Yeah, I think one part is like even where the neckline is.
Oh yeah, her head is sunk low, right? So her shoulders are up by her ears.
Yeah, that was also like, oh wow, that's not what I expected.
Right. And this shows that she's pushing forward. I'm gonna add in her hairline just because I think it's gonna help. And it's fantastic hair. Yeah. Add in her hairline because that's going to help you see. Her hairline is about halfway point is her eyebrows, right? Hairline comes above that. Yep. Yep. Exactly, Taj. Exactly. So think about like the legs, like the front of the leg is here and the sides of the leg are here. Yeah. And then once you get her hair in the right place, I think I need to use her head. Her head comes almost to here. Comes almost to the elbow. This is one head on its side. Also, head goes from the side of the face to the elbow. One head on its side. So once you kind of get her head, you go out here. This is how far it goes before the arm starts going down. One head on its side. And on the other side. One head on its side. So we have where the elbows are. They're a little bit lower than this. While you've got it, you might as well draw the circles for the elbows. Oh yeah, I picked a hard one for you guys. This is hard. But really good for you.
I think I did the body too short and the face a little bit strange. But
Well, you know, Diana, measure.
I know. I know.
Measuring saves the day.
Yeah.
You can do things like kind of see, right? Where does that shoulder comes in about here? I'm using my, I'm definitely using my negative space. See that the chair, so I'm trying to build my negative space as much as possible. Wow, she has a fascinating body, honestly. Let's see. Oh yeah, her legs, let's see that. Yeah, her legs are bigger, wider, I think. Okay.
Yeah, I think I've done, it's a little bit
But you made her too, you did, you made her as if her legs are normal size, but they're bigger, right? Because they're coming forward towards us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. She's pretty wide.
Yeah, she's wider than I made her.
And like super muscular. It's fascinating. Let's see. I'm gonna draw a line down here too to see where this starts. So you see how I'm using the plumb line to kind of determine where.
And the chair is good help. If only I had made the chair as wide as it should have been.
Yep.
But I guess it could be fixed.
And right. So I'm looking at where the chair kind of hits her body. On this side, it comes almost to the end where this thigh is, and on this side, it comes kind of up to this side of the knee. I think I need to bring her in a little bit more. Isn't this a fantastic model?
Yeah, she's really intense.
Her
I
body
like her.
telling and kind of magical.
Honestly, this looks athletic, like as if it looks like
Yeah.
Premier- it looks like it could be like a race, this president in a race or something.
She looks very athletic in this particular pose. That's really true. Good observation. So now I'm going to do a couple of checks. Let's see. Across here. She's one.
Let's see, shoulder to shoulder.
Notice I'm not really too worried about the chair until it helps us define the body. And I really do think she has quite shapely legs. Like, so you see how we definitely find the top and the bottom, the vertical distance is always, but that this kind of rectangular cube helps us to kind of determine how we sketch out this front part. We start out with this part that's closest to us. I'm gonna, 1 second, the madam wants to go into the apartment, so it's my boyfriend, so I will be right back.
Oh, shit.
It's funny. At first, one resists the idea of measuring. But after a while, you start to realize that you waste a lot of time by not measuring. You know what I mean? And it becomes much easier to measure than to try and guess. Your guesses are off often. Your guesses are wrong. By the way, let's. Particularly when it comes to perspective ideas. Those of you who have gotten to this point, you can also add in the wheels. You want to, but don't spend too much time on those because they can be really. Great on. Lisa B, thank you for your request for
Rubenesque models.
and yeah, like not the typical stereotypical models. It's really made me look harder, and I think this is really fun.
I just don't like drawing skinny people. They're too straight.
It's boring.
Yeah.
I agree. And the more I look at this woman, the more compelled I am by her.
Mm-hmm.
She is really kind of Amazonian, sort of gorgeous in a way. Okay, so the breasts kind of come in because she's leaning forward. Breasts come in. Oh, that's what I did. If the breast comes down and they're too wide. Also, notice those who were asking about vanishing points. The arm does the forearm does this too. See? One goes up, the other goes. There's vanishing points on the arms. Oh, can't really see for some reason. My sketch is not clear. So here, let me do this a little. See that? Forearm, which is going one direction, actually goes to a vanishing point. And because it's going this direction, the upper arm. Forearm is going a different direction, so it does not follow that perspective. I'm sketching in the back of the chair just so that I can see, because it's dark. Gonna help us see. Also, her breasts aren't exactly, oh, you know, I think this even comes in more. Breasts aren't exactly even either. She's a little bit turned. So this one, we see a little bit less of this one, and the nipple is kind of all the way over here, right? This one, we see a little bit more of her side. You can see that because the dark starts to come in right here, right? So the side of her is there. So this one appears a little bit bigger because she's a little bit twisted in the chair. So don't draw these as equal. They really aren't. She also is wearing underwear, so she's not completely naked.
Ah, that's what that is.
That's what we can't, that's why we can't.
Yeah, that slight color change.
Yep.
Yeah, I still haven't made her wide enough, but I wide. I widened her.
I think, Diana, the problem is you're doing this in pieces and not thinking about the whole. Start with these measurements, right? Go to here before you start, you know, just trying to guess. I mean, you know, your guessing's pretty good, but it's not gonna help you in situations like this. It helps to measure. It helps to like start with the heads. Measure how many heads down she is, right? Here, I'll send this over so you can see the figure.
No, I can see. I can see.
You can't really fix this kind of thing piecemeal. You have to deal with the entire thing.
Yeah, no, I would have. I could have fixed it if I had erased everything to the right and
Yeah.
just moved it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Which doesn't really work.
But I did. I did.
Sometimes it works, but most of the time it doesn't work.
But here it is on the right-hand side that it's.
Oh yeah, actually got her head leaning the wrong direction. What you have is her head going down the middle of her body. And
Yeah.
is actually.
You're right. You're right. Yeah, I see that.
Yep. There we go. So maybe that would help.
Okay, I used a ruler this time, so maybe I got it this time.
Yeah, girl. That's what I'm talking about. Measuring.
I still feel like her arms aren't right.
We'll measure them, or send them across, and I'll tell you. It's a good time to send it across. And here, let's see. Have you guys seen? So let me send her where she is right now. I know you can see her, but I know it also helps to.
I didn't put her chair in. That would probably help.
The back of the chair definitely helps.
Yeah, it does.
But it has to be, you know, once again, it has to be here. Hold on, Lisa, I'll take a look. Ah! Stop fucking moving my words. Sorry about that. Here, hold on. There we go. Okay. So that's where I am right now. You can see it, but let's see. Okay. Lisa, try getting this sketch in. This doesn't seem right to me. This seems too small.
This leg part.
This part, the back part of the leg here, and it's because
Uh-huh.
have that. So this is about,
Oh, it is longer.
this is about the size of the head up to the hairline. So from here to here is not even. It's not even there. It's like about half of the face is here. And once you get that in, sketch that in, you'll be able to get this shape right. So you did this shape across like this.
Uh-huh. Oh, it is way too short.
Yep.
Well,
So
it's too short or it's too thin?
it's too thin and it's too straight. This is how the leg goes.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's because you don't have the side of the box here. Let's see. Oh, Lisa B, not bad, but Lisa R, not bad. But Lisa R, you've got this too wide.
Okay.
So look at where this is, right? This is about the size of half the face. So up to her eye line is about the width of this side of the.
Yeah.
So fix that, and then fix the angle on this, because your angle is not down here. Your angle's like,
Okay.
fix your angle. That will help these angles get more straight, and you'll also make them the right size.
Okay.
Right? But your front of your legs look good. And your arms look pretty good, actually. Let's see, 1, 2, 4. Okay, Paul, measurements are looking pretty good. So, Paul, what you have going on is this.
Right.
Right? It's like that. The top goes down, the bottom goes up. That leg goes up. Also, you need to bring that leg down. Really, this is kind of the chair, but the leg fits right into the chair. There's like a dark area here. That's the shadow, but still. Good job, though, you guys. This is hard. And Paul, you can add in the back of the chair to help you figure out where everything is. If you want to, you can start kind of darkening here to help you see. You kind of, some of the leg gets lost in some of the chair. Then of course we've got like all this lighting. Here, side. This is like a mid-tone. Top.
You mean like New York, New Jersey type?
Huh?
He looks like he's from New York, New Jersey. Somewhere.
Know where all these people are from. Maybe. What's interesting is here and here, part of this dark part is the chair and part is the leg, but you can't really see. There's kind of a lost edge. There's this lovely dark here. It's down here. This is nice. I'm proud of you. I think we're gonna do maybe 2 more weeks in pencil and then we'll move to charcoal. So I'm starting to add like kind of key darks. Mid-tones in. Let me show you a little bit about faces. You can get your bodies. A little bit of time with her face, which we rarely do. Notice that her back arm here, her upper arm is dark, but that her forearm, which is back, is darker. At least till it gets down to the hand. It's a little bit lighter. My mistakes. Let's see. You've almost got it, Diana. You've got to move her head a little bit more to the right. Look at the center of her face. Comes right down here. There we go. Everything's looking so wide now. We'll make your little perspective line, we get a little, have little wings for life. I know little bumpers on her arms. Coming along, Paul. Nicole, her face is really more egg-shaped. It's a little bit, it's not so round like yours. It's a little bit longer and narrower.
I can fix it.
Yours is like round like a beach ball. Really, her face is more. You guys are doing great. This is awesome. I love how the figure drawing classes are so focused. Honestly, it's so great to see you guys. Working so hard. It's lovely. Looking pretty good, Lisa P. Let's see, I'm checking a couple measurements. Excellent. Oh, girl, yeah. You may need to bring the arm out a little bit here. I'm gonna check.
Which one? The left, the,
This one.
oh,
is
that one.
a little bit
Still
more-
further out?
Well, if you look here, you'll see, well, actually here, let me not measure it on this, I'll measure it here. If you look here,
Yeah.
that to get to the edge of the arm from the middle of the face, it's one head on the side,
Oh, hold on.
right? So check and see from here to here, we get to the armpits. I'm looking to see.
Oh, to the armpit?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I still need to come out quite a bit, actually.
a little bit wider, and I think she'll end up getting skinnier here.
In the center?
Yeah, here on this side, because now I think what you have is the arm to here.
Yeah.
So she's a little bit wider here. You'll have more room to get both the, let me check. Yeah, she's a little bit wide here.
Oh, she's a little wide.
She's
Oh,
wider here because her arms come out so far. See, if you look at the
so
neck,
if I slim her down a little bit.
yeah, that would probably help, but you'll also need to bring her out because the armpit really is from the top of the chin, really from the side of the head.
Uh-huh.
Really from the bottom side of the head, the armpit, the elbow, where the elbow is, which is right here, is really one head length on the side. So find that first. Find this
So
mark.
the elbow is from the middle of her head to the length of the head?
It's really from the side. So if you look here,
Oh, from the side of her head.
here on, yep,
Oh, so
yeah, it's really that. No, yeah. From like the bottom of the side of her chin there. Find this point first, and then you'll be able to build it.
At which point? The point where the bend in her elbow is there?
Where I'm pointing, right here. Remember,
Okay. Yep.
which is one head length on the side. From here to here. Once you get that point, you'll be able to build in the rest.
Okay. Oh, from the side of her head. Yeah. Oh, it's really far out.
It's really far out, and that's the inside part, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's really far
So
out.
once you get this point, you can build in this. Look at this negative space.
Yeah.
That will help you see and fit in, because you have to get in quite a bit of negative space,
Mm-hmm.
right? Between her body and here.
Yeah.
So it's always important to find the farthest out distances when you're trying to do a shape.
Yeah, her arms are hard to do.
Well, that's because they're going backwards
Yeah.
and she's leaning forwards.
That tricky girl. She's such a great model, though.
She is. She's compelling as hell.
Yeah, the more you look at her.
Yeah, she's really gorgeous. And I'm telling you, great pins.
Great pins. Sound like my dad. Something like a 90-year-old would say.
Right? Yeah, I was kind of doing that intentionally. Let's see. This is a little bit steeper. This board just here. Really, this comes down and lines up with what's happening down here. You see what I'm saying? You hear what I'm saying, Tosh?
Yeah, I see it.
Right? That,
And what about the top of that thigh? Did I have that right? Or
that side, it actually comes all the way in. That light spot comes all the way in.
okay.
So here is kind of the medium. Here is the light, medium, mid-tone, and then super dark. Right? And then really there's a tiny bit here you can kind of pull out. Right, but all the rest of that is leg. Also gonna check and see. Good job. Good job. I really like, Tosh, how you got this arm. And this one is getting there. Believe it or not, this is a little thicker than you have it. Even I could get mine a little bit thicker.
Okay.
So see
I
how
think
thick in mine.
the line you made for the vanishing point, that was really helpful.
It is right to understand that that's what's happening, and that this part of the arm is not doing the same thing as this part of the arm.
Okay. To make it a little bit thicker.
Yeah, this is about, do you notice I had to do the same thing? This is about a little bit above the halfway point of the head. Yeah, it's quite thick. There we go. That's better. I think I might have to do that on this side too. Yep.
By the way, I got the eraser that Jessica suggested,
Is it
the
great?
Mono Zero, and it's a game changer. Yes,
I need to get one of those.
I was literally using like a museum eraser all this time. That was like a souvenir shop. Game changer.
Game changer. You're gonna have to tell her the next time. She'll love that.
Sure, I do.
Jessica's a gearhead. She's an art gearhead. She loves all of that stuff. I should get one too. I just can't. I can't be bothered.
What are you talking about, the eraser?
Ah, you love this. Here. Sorry, I was getting some water. Why don't you send a picture across, Tosh, of what you have?
Sure.
Because I'm using a regular pencil with an eraser on top.
Oh yeah, I mean, you'll love this.
I'll send a picture, but also I can show it. It's like basically a very thin.
Hold on. I'm gonna put you up here. Hold on.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's like a super thin eraser. So it's like almost like.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
That's freaking great.
Cool.
Basically, if you ever take a class where Jessica Pryor is on, she has used every art gadget and she knows the ins and outs of every art material ever. She'll tell you which brands are the best, which ones are the best. It's crazy.
And she's the one who does the abstract class?
No, Jessica
No.
taught the perspective class. Jessica usually just
Oh.
hangs along with us. She doesn't. She's very skilled, so she's had a lot more experience than most of you guys. So she does her.
Did she go to Pratt?
She went to Pratt. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, she's really good. She did the perspective lectures when we had those. But you know, so she'll show up in class, not really to learn anything, but to totally talk about materials. And she knows everything about every art material ever made. Painting, drawing, all of it.
Oh, thank you for the link. $4.99. It's out of stock.
Where is that on Amazon?
Yeah.
There's definitely lots of versions. I think I got another one. that
Okay.
did.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay, Leah, you can take me off.
What's that? Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
yeah. We're gonna keep watching you. And I sent you my drawing, Leah. Can you take another look?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Honey, look at how wide this is from here to here. So here, look at here.
Mm-hmm.
You measure it. It's up to the hairline
Okay.
on the head.
Okay.
It's wide. Okay. From here, the first measure you're trying to get is from here to here.
Okay.
Where the leg comes in,
Yeah.
and yours is too narrow.
Yep. I see it.
And in fact, I think this is also up too high as well. You've got it like here.
Hmm. Oh God. Yeah.
Yeah, so bring that down.
Yep.
That'll help you get the actual distance of things. And if you're trying to figure it out, remember, third head is right here. So it comes below
Okay.
the third head. There you go. Oh, God.
1, 2, 3.
So Diana, same for you. This leg comes down,
Yeah, I know.
but I think you've got, but I think everything else looks in pretty good shape. I feel like you've got too much of an angle happening here,
Yeah, I might have that.
but good fix. Yeah, you got it. You definitely, and she's a little bit thicker here.
Yeah.
I made a mistake too, as you saw. I had to widen
Yeah.
as well here. And the reason we widen her so much here is because her shoulders are also coming forward. They're not coming forward as far as the knees, but they are definitely more forward than the back of the arm. So everything here is like also bigger.
Sunny off. Sorry.
Yeah, you can go straight to the Tombow shop. Tombow USA. Get it straight from us, straight from the source. I was laughing. Did you read, Diana, did you read Annika's description of her art classes?
Yes, I did.
I was so charmed by that. I was laughing. thinking,
She's an old hippie, so she was like loving to pay respect to the trees.
yeah.
That's great.
But she got it right, because basically, Lisa, I went into a moment where I was like, we did a very simple tree exercise in watercolor. Everybody was like, I got this. And then they all effed up their trees.
Uh-huh.
They drew the wrong, they drew the tree that they see in their head, not the tree that actually exists. So I was like, respect the damn tree. That tree has a look and a feel and a sound, and you should respect it. You should respect the individual and not your fantasy, right? About how you think things are. It was really funny. Oh, Paul, that's coming along. So Paul, work on the darks, getting your darks a little bit more consistent. These marks don't look like halftones to me. They look like you're kind of scrubbing rather than,
I
full.
cheated. I used charcoal for that. I got lazy. Sorry.
Don't get lazy. I'm not going to let you get lazy. Your drawing's starting to get good. So, you know what I mean? Let's
Yeah.
push it. My job is to push you to the next, over the edge. No, my job is to push you to the next level of thing. I can't wait till we get back to faces. I think that's going to be really fun. You guys are gonna, I just think you guys are really taking this beautifully. And I know we've done it before, but wait till Tashmeen hasn't done it. I don't know. I just think faces is going to be good this year. Just like figures is great. I feel like this year you're all like taking what you already know and pushing it. So maybe the problem here is the way I have like.
Yeah, I think you like this question of mine, but it's for everyone else here. How do I get my coworkers to come to class more like you guys? It sounds like everyone, you guys have been a lot of time.
The class.
Like, did you guys talk a lot about it at work or with each other?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. I mean, I send email reminders before the class almost every week.
Letters I'm sending you.
Huh?
You like the new newsletters I'm sending?
Yeah. And I always emphasize to people that like you can be a total beginner. You don't need any experience. You can do use whatever materials you have. Yeah, and just that, it's fun to try to just get your brain thinking in a different way. It's just like it's fun to try something new, right? That's what I try to tell people. But I mean,
It's like a kind of long, slow process though. I feel like it's a constant nag. Like you kind of have to keep reminding people and keep reminding them and keep reminding them and keep reminding them.
yeah.
That's why I started doing those newsletters, because I thought the newsletters would help. Because they show class, students. Tosh, I'll make sure you get those each week.
I do. No, Eva does send them out, and everyone is always very excited about it. But then, and they'll always be like, "Yeah, I'll come," and then I don't know. Well, yeah, I think these classes are too good, and I think people are intimidated.
Well, I think it's hard for people to dive into something that they're unsure of.
Right. Well, one of the things that I am thinking about in the fall is that I will start scheduling some 101 classes. Like one time, like it can be like, I'm thinking I'll do like a drawing boot camp 101, right? Or something that like really makes people think. I don't want to call it drawing for dummies. What my plan is, and I was going to talk to you guys about this. I don't want to do it in the summer because I feel like everybody's out in the summer, right?
Yeah.
So the attendance tends to be down. But my hope was in the fall, when people send their kids off to school and they may have a little bit more time on their hands, that I will create some classes that are designed to appeal, one-off classes that are designed to appeal to the person who doesn't know how to do anything, right? And Tosh, I don't know, like if you guys can help me think of how to name it, like I just don't know what to call it, like drawing 101.
Like, I think that people were really engaged in the one that you did for BuzzFeed, where it was like a workshop and
Yeah, so it would be designed like a workshop. So maybe we call it a workshop, right? Like drawing basics or something like that, right? Like some basic drawing 101. So that it's a one-off. People know that this is a special class that's designed to get you to be able to participate in the other classes, right?
Yeah, I think a one-off, like saying it, like kind of marking it as a one-off is a good way to go, because I think people are afraid to, like, if they don't come, then they won't know how to do things. But I think once they start coming,
Right. Yeah. They'll think that, oh, well, I'm behind. I haven't been going to class. So,
We have a regular one that, and we should do like, I don't know, like one every other weekend, or what, we find a time that we can do it. And we call it like drawing workshop or whatever it is that it's called. Yeah, I'm glad you brought this up, Tosh, because I've been meaning to talk about this. I've been wanting to do something to bring people, that will bring more people in. And I think a sort of intro workshop, I just have to think of what to call it. You could call it So You Don't Know How to Draw. So you don't know how to draw workshop. Is that really stupid?
yeah, no, I think something like that would be good.
So my plan was to find good times to do it, and then we start advertising it, starting in September.
I think you should call it So You Think You Don't Know How to Draw.
So you think you can't draw.
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah, so you think you can't draw. Workshops. So you think you can't draw. So that, yes. So Tosh, I will, and for all of you, I will start creating these, and we'll discuss when to hold them so that people will probably go. And we'll schedule a couple in September and see how it works.
That's great.
Yes, I think that would work. So that was my first plan, was I thought we should do that starting. I know, because your guys' year will be coming up. You want them to renew, right? So we need to get more people in. I think we're due. We totally do. It's funny, I keep attendance. I can track all of you, like how many classes you go and who comes to what. And basically you're like you and Emma, we haven't even seen Emma lately.
Yeah, I had to get Emma to come too.
Yeah. Anyway, tell Emma to come, because if she does, we want to be able to provide statistics beyond you attending every class, so that, like, we're meeting like people's, for a while, Vanessa, we had a lot of people coming, BuzzFeed people coming to the beginning drawing class. It might just be summer.
Yeah.
You think you can't draw. I love that. So you think you can't. We're going to do a series of So You Think You Can't Draw workshops in September. And let's see what happens.
Perfect.
And then those are the things you can steer people to. Oh, yeah, Lisa, we're close, we're close. So hang on.
She's a little bit too chubby, like her body should be
You
slimmer.
want- So now you can slim her here, right? Because you've now can, now you can, so notice with this space that this much, like about half of this shape is dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you can slim her. Yep, absolutely. And I did the same thing. I made her a little bit too wide. She's super curvy here. She's got
Yeah, she really is.
this last thing happening here. And she's skinnier. So then you'll do it on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Good job, you guys. These are great.
She is such a great model.
He's a great model. You know, I'm going to see if I can hire my friend Catherine to pose for us. When I hire her, at some point, I'm going to hire you guys a real model to work with. But I think it should be Catherine. She's super curvy, really gorgeous. She's my boyfriend's oldest friend. They've known each other for a really, really long time. And she's fantastic.
So you want to hear something crazy about the news events of this week?
No, yes.
I went on 2 dates with the mayor of Surfside when I lived in Miami.
What?
What?
Yeah. I had some friends of mine are really close to him and they set us up.
Was he the
Yeah.
mayor at the time?
No, he was young. We were like 30. And he was he's like a super sweet guy.
Oh,
You're very lucky that they have him right now.
really?
Yeah,
Oh,
he's a really sweet guy.
Are you guys still in touch?
No, not at all. We went on 2 dates. We had nothing in common. His family owns like tons and tons of apartments. And I think his parents had just died and he inherited them all or something. Like he just had some really horrible thing happen.
Wow, and at 30, that's a lot of responsibility.
Yeah, he was really young. But he was so sweet.
That's really neat.
I know. He's like a really nice guy. So they're quite lucky that he's the one who's in charge of all that.
That's really awesome.
So Leah, I tried to fix my portraits. If you can just look at the sheet now.
I know they're coming along. They were so close. Oh, there you go. Yeah, yeah, Diana. Yep.
Think that works?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have one question, which is that, and I know that these people have these very larger than life faces, right?
Yeah.
Hear a little bit about the wrinkles here.
They too marked.
They might be a little too marked. You might want to just blend it a touch of skin color.
Yeah.
with them.
Yeah. They are super deep, but I can blend them
Yeah,
in.
I know what you mean. But they're kind of like where it's in places his smile and the smile lines. I would
Yeah.
just, push those back a little bit. But other than that, I think they'll love it.
I'll do that.
Oh, good, Tosh. Good, good, good. So Tosh, here, there's a little, you can use your fancy eraser to get this little, right? It's almost like a wide V. And that's going to help you shape the legs. So you need to bring this out a little bit. Right? We start like this, bring this out a little bit, and then you can erase this out. No. Also, although I really love the lines here, I feel like this line comes down a little too angled. I think it's a little bit more straight than you have it. I think you've got this coming down a little bit more like this. So work out, these are small things. Good, Paul. Do the same thing here, you guys. Look what's happening here. This is like a line that comes out straight like this and then goes back just like our initial cube that we drew. Right? And then back. Nice. Oh my God, it's like almost time to end class.
Yeah.
Even like that. Wow. Wonder
I'm
why
starving.
this drawing is looking.
I'm starving. I have to go.
All right, all right. We will continue this on. In about 2 weeks, I'd like to move to charcoal. So I want to make sure you all have it. We're going to do 1 or 2 more weeks of pencil drawings. I was thinking we'll probably do a reclining pose next week so we can work on that. Just kidding.
And we, remind me, I know I have charcoal. We use newsprint for charcoal.
Yeah, so have you got my little kits that I sent you?
No, I have a ton of charcoal, Leah, because I pilfered everything we had ordered for the office, you know, like 2 years ago.
You need newsprint and a kneaded eraser. Newsprint and a kneaded eraser.
And a what eraser?
Kneaded eraser.
Oh, yeah,
Love
yeah.
those.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, that's why I didn't order the kit. I have a lot of that stuff, so I'm good.
It's not all of it. Yeah, just get some newsprint and a kneaded eraser, and that'll get you.
Okay.
Supposed to come?
Here, hold on just a second. Unbelievable. I can't believe it. The time just went by like that. Great work. Oh, Lisa, I love seeing this from I love seeing it. I like seeing your drawings from afar too.
Yeah, that is cool.
Lisa B, I like that you're working so big. You notice Lisa B is working on like an 18 by 24 inch paper. So
Oh yeah, I'm working big.
I don't do that. I used to do that actually when I would demo for you. And in a class, if you were in my class, I would have you work that big. I don't work that big because it doesn't really fit on my drawing board too much. But I would highly recommend it because I think it helps to like get like things. It's easier, right, to get all the pieces together. That's
why I've been 14, 17. So
yeah, 14 by 17.
Yeah.
The better. I mean, you know, proportionally, we can go big or small with these. So they're really great. So great work, you guys. Just keep working on it. We'll keep going.
Okay.
Okay, and we are going to do, so you think you can't draw
Okay.
to try and attract more people to come. And maybe there should even be a prize and a party, like there should be some kind of, or alcohol, like best drink, like wins.
Right.
Wins
Yeah.
a cool, like drawing. Oh, I could send one of my beginning drawing sets to someone if they come to one. So
Yeah, you could have a raffle.
drink, right? Like, or yeah, or something like, or I reward the, I don't know, like, you know, no, rewarding the best one doesn't improve people, doesn't, yes, I can have a raffle and somebody will win a drawing kit. So, all right, we'll figure this out. We'll get more people to come. Great work, everybody. Lovely to see your faces.
Right.
So,
Thank you.
right. And take care and we'll see you soon.
Okay. Bye.
Okay, bye.